my answer is, my plea is simple: hold your own signs. Now this says something about me. Give me 3 minutes. This says something about me. Get back to that. How do you get back? There you go. This says something about me and my own journey. That when I first saw this image, and this was a powerful image, would you agree? When I first saw this image, I only saw the hand that said hate. I don't know why. But the lesson for me in that is that learning to live in a civil, loving way is a lifelong journey, where we must be willing to critique ourselves. We must be willing to look at our own faults. And I started thinking to myself, is it the case that because he was white, I only saw the hate at first, or focus on that? I challenge each of you, every day of your life, to self-examine. A student at Ferris gave me this, and it was worth probably about $10,000. It's an 1896 print. And I told her that I don't have the money to pay for this. And so she said, no, we don't want any money. All we need is for you to take it and use it for your purposes. And we put it in the museum. And that piece right there is probably the piece that singularly causes the best discussions that we have. And then use your position in life to hurt others. That is not civility. That is hypocrisy. Not cursing does not make you civil. If a man never says the S word but treats people like the S word, he is a hypocrite, and he makes my stomach hurt. A man threw a cup from his car window. Another parked in a handicap zone. Another stopped his car in the middle of the road to talk. Another cut through a parking lot to avoid a traffic light. Then yelled to a woman, "Hey girl, give me that sweater." I found road rage, horns blaring, middle waving, fist, criminal trial dates. And then I found something else. I lectured in one of my colleagues' classes. I took his students to the Jim Crow Museum. I showed them the ugliness, the mammy, the sambo, the pickaninny, the caricature sores foisted on us. All of that propaganda directed against us. I showed them, showed it all. And we went deep, deeper than ever, deeper than I meant to go. After 3 hours, they had left, all but two, a young black woman and a middle-aged white man. The woman sat paralyzed, transfixed, and stunned before a picture of nude black children. At the bottom of the picture were these words, "Alligator bait." She sat there watching it, trying to understand the hands that made it, the mind that conceived it. She didn't say a word, but her eyes, her frown, the hand at her forehead all said, "Why, sweet Jesus, why?" This story is really about the white man. He stopped staring at the items and instead stared at me. He was crying, not a sob, a single tear stream. I wanted to say something, to be the teacher, the make it right teacher, you know, the master teacher. Before I could fix it, he said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Pilgrim, forgive me." All of my years of collecting racist garbage, I never realized how much I needed to hear some white person, any sincere white person, say, "I'm sorry." Not because it was politically the right thing to do, the hell with that. And not because it seemed like the socially right thing to do. No, I needed a real apology. Not a religious apology, not a liberal one, just a real one. The kind of apology where both people know they won't be the same afterwards. I explained to him that he didn't make any of the objects, therefore he didn't owe me an apology. But on my way home, I cried. It was the first time I cried about the objects in the Jim Crow Museum. It sounds corny, but I cried like someone had died, like someone had been born. Cleansed myself of hatred with a stranger's tears. And then I knew what civility was. Civility is treating others with respect. It is sharing pain. It is being broken down and then put together again. Not haughty and proud, but humble servitude. Civility is more than enduring others. It is this: whatsoever you would that others do unto you, do that unto them. Thank you.
We want to thank the Pilgrim for an outstanding presentation. I know it's difficult for him to consolidate it, but he did as much as he could. But his presentation is even deeper than what you just saw. And we wanted to use this as a basis for our discussion. And this is the real meat of what you are here to do. Everybody just turn around and look at all the people that's in here. This is very, very significant and important today. We have all of these people here in the Saturday. So we're going to move very quickly, and we're going to ask now that one of our cities and one of the top anchor people in the business might come. Devin Skilling is no stranger to this kind of discussion. He's held them with New Detroit and also on Mackinac Island as he has talked about race and families and diversity and the significance of all of that. We see him every evening on WDIV4. When I called him about this, he immediately said yes, that he would do it. He doesn't have to do this. This is a Saturday. He's not working today, but we're just glad that he's here to be a part of this, because he also is impacted by this, and he knows the impact that this kind of discussion has and what's really going on. And so it's important to see news people come out and be a part of the community, and other than just talking about the community. Amen? Amen. And so we're just very glad to have him. Let's welcome Devin Skilling.